because of the fact that I think he could just do a better job today, sincerely. And having said all that, Simpatico, what did you think of the casting of the? Well, you know what? Let's leave the casting out of it because I'm asking for to just get kicked in the balls there. Let's go with what did you think of Winter Arena?
I haven't watched too much of it yet, but overall, what Clutch said really resonated with me. When NASL was announced, I was so freaking excited. I mean, like it to me, it was the GSL of the West. It's going to be prime time, Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be beautiful. I can watch this every night. It's going to be my football or my hockey, And the NASL kind of slipped up there, right? Here comes MLG. It's every night. It's tip top. Some of the best players in the world, the best players in the world from all over the world. Really excited. Unfortunately, I've been a little busy with other things. I haven't been able to keep up with it as much as I would like. But from what I've watched, I mean, it's good. I mean, like everyone said, I mean, there's little minor things, but that's going to happen, I really can't rag on the production very much. It's pretty darn good. I'm pretty happy with the product. That being said, I see Slasher actually posted this recently on Twitter like 10 minutes ago, and he said, when the pay-per-view comes out, like there's going to be like no excuses or no leniency, I guess, for any of those kind of like production issues. And I will agree with that. Once it becomes a paid product,
I agree.
The instant you charge like even a cent for it, the second a penny is coming out of someone's pocket,
we'll get into that.
Go through the roof. But
we'll get into that with
show.
Sundance. Yeah, we'll get into that tomorrow. Basically, it's one of those things where you're definitely going to need to up your game. There is no doubt. Okay, so everybody has pretty much touched on the qualifiers. Parting is awesome. We all saw that. Yeah, I know.
God, that was
PSL as well. Yeah, he's good. Here's a good one. This was kind of, sort of, and I think that Sao Paulo was a perfect, or Sao Paulo rather, excuse me. Sao Paulo was a cool thing because you got to see a lot of players that were in the qualifier also play in Sao Paulo. Feast and the Muslim. So this was sort of odd, right? Because Feast, now correct me if I'm wrong here, I'm going off memory. Feast was messaged in game against the Muslim, and he was told the Muslim's builder told some key information about the Muslim, and fucking he didn't ask for it. He had no part in this. He wasn't set to busy while he was playing when this came. That was the problem, which is an easy oversight to make. I mean, anybody could make that mistake. And then I heard I just missed it. I grabbed it, and Simpatico was giving me play-by-play over Skype saying, oh, he's really manner about it, like he's telling him how many units he has, right, Simpatico?
Right.
Basically, he felt really bad about it. He felt awful.
Sure.
Like, this isn't a mistake that he obviously didn't do this on purpose. He felt terrible about it. And then he starts, like, listing out, like, I have 2 sentries, 3 zealots, 4 stalkers. And the Muslim's like, whoa, wait, you don't have to tell me, like, everything every unit, whatever, like, relax, Feast is just going off, like, he's like, exactly what he had, and I was just like, man, that's mannered, man. That's so awesome. But I think it even surprised the Muslim a little bit.
Yeah, it was an issue of then the Muslim comes back and he's like, oh well, since you told me all that, I have 16 Marines, right? Like,
yeah, the Battle of the Manor, really?
Yeah, it was a battle of the Manor, but it shouldn't have happened. I mean,
no,
Feast should have just been given a loss. That's all on the admins.
Really, you think so?
Absolutely. I mean, when you think about it, like if I'm a pro and the Muslim picked that map specifically because he'd worked on a specific build order, for that map, it's like even if you do it a regame, well now Feast knows what his special. Yeah, it's like he can't do that anymore. So I mean, this is just an admin fault where like I don't know if IEM has a rule. All other tournaments have a rule that I can think of. All major tournaments where if you're not set to busy, like you lose the game.
And you bring up an interesting point because you could argue, well, leave it up to the Muslim, right? But no player on stage will ever say never say yes. Like you look at Marine King Prime at the Home Story Cup, he had a perfectly legitimate reason to ask for a regame. Perfectly legitimate, or an instant win, or something like that. And he's like, "No, we're just gonna regame whatever." Because
for the sake of the teams, the sponsors of the teams, because this matters, right? Mm-hmm. That's their boy up there. Don't put a player in that position for the sake of the team, the player, and the. But you're absolutely right. And you know what, Jack? You sold me.
Yeah,
And not often do people do that. You really, better than anybody, you really have to sell. It takes a lot to sell Tumba. You sold me. It's the responsibility of the player. If you're, I'm going to go back to golf. If you're on the PGA Tour and you forget something as simple as signing your scorecard.
Exactly.
Don't sign, it's a fucking rule. If you don't sign your scorecard, you forfeited the tournament. So there was a guy that won the tournament, didn't sign his card, forfeit. All that money gone.
Wow.
No, I mean, you know what? You know what? You think he'll ever not sign a scorecard again?
Yeah.
And that's how you make that precedent. He's exactly right. And you make the admins enforce it. And it's like, Feast, listen. And you know what? People are going to bitch and scream, blah, blah, blah. And some are going to say, well, it should be. And some are going to say it should be. More importantly, it'll never happen again. And if it does, that's the rule.
And it sets it for everyone else as well.
Clutch and Travis. Clutch first. Clutch, what do you think?
Yeah, well, that makes esports more professional. You have rules. You stick to the rules. That's how it's done. I think the Muslim handled it well, but still, it was a situation that was very unfortunate. You got to set busy. That's why Blizzard created that. They created that in that patch because at MLG, the chat spam was ridiculous. It was causing so much lag for all the players. And you should have seen it backstage with the people that were communicating with Blizzard in real time, saying we have got to stop this. What can we do? And doing different scenarios until this finally came out as a fix. I'm going to bring it up, and I know this is a cop-out answer, but another solution that LAN would bring to this kind of scenario, but we're not going to have it. I don't think we're ever going to have it, so the internet is what we have for these matches, and unfortunately those things will happen if the players don't remember such a small thing that could cost them a game. It really could.
Yeah.
So, time to get professional.
God damn, Clutch, you're so sexy when you talk. I got a bit of a man crush on Apollo and Clutch, which Clutch would be. That would be.
Anyone else see Tumba's microphone raise up a little bit?
Yeah, love the way he says shit, man. He'd be a good. Hey guys, just to let you know, Clutch is graduating school soon. Blizzard, if you guys need a good PR guy, or Riot, MLG, IGN, anybody, this guy's pretty good. Anyway, he really is. And he's caring too. The guy cares. He's a good person. He'll never make it. Now that I think about it, he's just not through enough. Travis, what are your thoughts?
Ideally, this is why we need LAN in the game, to basically feed off a Clutch on that. It's never gonna happen, but it needs to. I don't know. Mixed feelings. I think.
Sorry, but
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
What about if you're, because Blizzard has their whole tournament application process. Well, what if they had if you're a registered tournament and you have over a certain amount of prize pool, Blizzard says, okay, here's 50 clean accounts that you can use for your tournament or whatever, and then those accounts have no friends listed on them, and you can just use those, MLG Orlando A. Or MLG Orlando 1, MLG Orlando 2. Just number them like that. And if you just did that, that fixes... then there's no friends list that get requested or anything like that. There's none of the sort of stuff that you have to deal with. So that would be another non-LAN solution that could fix
No,
it.
man. No, you put it on the player. Set to busy. I like that best.
Yeah,
you said, it's a rule.
Okay, wait. Blizzard has put out in their press conference call or whatever for their investors, they literally have too much money. If they can't figure out a way to just be here's 40 free accounts, MLG, really, I mean,
they did. I think didn't they, Clutch? Yeah. Clutch, did that happen?
No? Say again, please. What did they give?
Did Blizzard give MLG a bunch of free accounts?
We had accounts specifically for the Korean players because we didn't have Korean clients, or we had to set it up a specific way. But what would happen is somehow those accounts would be found out by the public, either through a replay or through...
It's amazing.
I don't know. It would happen, and that's where the chat spam would come. So a solution would be, okay, let's give another name. We had another name from the pool that Blizzard gave us. They set that up, and there'd be a little bit of downtime while they'd set that up and logged in, and they were good to go. And then it would happen after that match again.
Set it to busy. Just set it to busy.
So, that's why they created the set it to busy, because of that instance, man.
Yeah.
But I was explaining that in chat to iGrok, so I apologize for not being there for that question. But that's what we did. That was the solution at the time. But setting the busy has to be the norm. And referees and admins, if they really want to buckle down and make sure this never happens again, part of the referees